Hey guys, welcome back to the second part of our video for Wednesday. Before I go ahead and start with this, I want you guys to get the conflict response cycle paper out so you can kind of follow along with me. It might make it easier for you. Um, so we're going to look at the conflict response cycle. And this is going to start, we have the circle and it has the external conflict, which is the physical and verbal. And we have the internal conflict, which is mental and emotional. And then you'll see at the bottom there is the boundary, which is going to be what is in between the two of them. So I'm going to kind of explain this conflict cycle to you. Um, so the first, at the very top there, you see that it says relationship. So the relationship. We each have unique relationships with the things around us that are shaped by our previous interactions. We develop patterns of interaction with nearly everything: classes, foods, groups, and events. However, in conflict, we're typically thinking about interactions between individuals. Normal interaction is simply the way you engage with a particular person or thing. So, the example that we're going to use is I see Jenna around, but we don't really talk. And then you're going to go to the next arrow, which is event. And the event is the trigger or action that is inconsistent with your normal relationship. In conflict, these are negatively perceived interactions, and the trigger events have the potential to reshape a relationship. So the example is Jenna pushed me in the hallway. So next you're going to go to the emotional response, which is internal. So your internal responses are the emotions that are roused by a trigger. So you see Jenna in the hallway, you don't really talk to her, and she pushes you. So right away you feel hurt, you feel scared, you feel embarrassed, and maybe angry that she just came up in the hallway and pushed you. So then the next thing on the cycle is assumptions, and this is also internal. And at this stage, you're just trying to rationalize why Jenna pushed you in the hallway. And oftentimes, when this happens, we have limited information about the situation, so we are just going to rely on our own intuitions and assumptions. Our interpretation of an event can be very different from another's. So I'm thinking Jenna pushed me because she doesn't like me, or Jenna pushed me because she's a mean person. And then we're going to go to the boundary, which is in the middle of the cycle, and this is actually a decision. It's the decision, not always consciously made, about how to act outwardly in response to the event, your emotions and assumptions. So, Jenna pushed me in the hallway, I'm going to push her back. Or Jenna pushed me in the hallway, I'm just going to ignore it. So, the boundary is your decision on how you are going to respond to this event. Um, and then next we have the reaction, which is external. So this is the execution of the decision you made at your boundary. Are you going to are you going to react positively, or are you going to react negatively to the situation? Your external reaction has the potential to majorly improve the situation or drive it further into contact. So I could maybe just go up and ask Jenna why she pushed me, which is going to improve the situation. And I'm going to find out why she pushed me. Or I could push her back and drive the situation further into conflict. And then the outcome is going to be it's the impact of your external reaction um, and how of what that reaction had on the situation or the relationship. Whether the outcome is positive or negative largely depends on how you choose to respond, like I had said a minute ago. So you and Jenna get into a yelling match in the hallway. You ask Jenna why she pushed you, and it turns out that she just wasn't watching her step and she fell into you. So as you return to the top of the cycle, your notion of normal interaction has changed, and sometimes this can change drastically. Your new relationship can be much improved, or one in which you're more sensitive to future trigger events and characterized by chronic conflict. So wanting to avoid Jenna whenever you see her. And I want you guys to pay attention to the red oval. The red oval is very important because this part of the cycle is where you have control. You have the opportunity to respond effectively and resolve the problem, or to respond impulsively and escalate the conflict. When you're in the oval, you want to try to break down the process. Check your assumptions, consider the likely consequences of your reaction. And I know that in the moment, something that's very hard to do, but this can be immensely useful when you're in this situation. And then I have I believe I sent you guys a conflict cycle worksheet where you are going to read over the situation and you're going to say where in the conflict cycle they are. And I will also send you another handout for that as well. That is all I have for you guys today. So once you are finished with that, you guys can just email it back to me. I hope you guys have a wonderful spring break. Get outside and have some fun, but also keep in mind to stay healthy and to stay safe with all of the coronavirus stuff going on. And I hope you guys have a happy Easter, and I will see you on Tuesday.